Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stephen A. Williams of Making Money with Stephen A. Williams. In today's video, we're going to talk about lead generation. We're going to talk about ways to bring in more leads for your business. It's an exciting time because there's so many platforms, so many opportunities that will make it easier for your business to be able to generate more leads, which will transition into more sales. So in today's video, I'm going to go over the different platforms that I've used personally for my business and my clients that have generated over 1 million leads, really 1 million leads, and for my own business, over 500,000 leads for my own business and hundreds of thousands of calls. So if you're worried about how you're going to be able to generate leads, this is the video for you, because I'm going to go over the benefits of using these platforms, regardless of what business you have, to be able to generate leads, which will transition into more sales for your business. If you have more leads coming in every day, consistently with leads flowing into your business every day, your business will never struggle, because you're going to always have people to talk to, people coming into your store, people visiting your website that are actually interested in your products or services. Now, this is my list. I'm going to talk about some of the other opportunities that are available, but I like to focus on online advertising, because you can go, number one, you can build the ads a lot quicker, and you can deploy them and test them a lot faster, and you can generate the leads a lot faster, and you can also utilize automation with those leads. But let's just talk about it. With Google is an excellent platform, and I'll put Google and Bing in the same, they're both search engines. And if you can think about it this way, Google and Bing, search engine, people are searching for what they're looking for. People are searching for what they're looking for. One of the big misconceptions with Google and Bing and Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and the other opportunities that are available to generate leads is that Google and Bing are actually search engine, and the other platforms are considered display type. And here's the difference. Someone is searching, or discovery. When someone is searching in Google or Bing, they're searching for what they want. So you're able to target, to show your ad only to those people. And with discovery type ads, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram and display networks, mobile apps, TV, radio, and newspaper, those are discovery, where you introduce your business, and for the people who are interested, they would be, they could call for, for more information, or leave their information on a form to inquire about what you have. So, and this is very important, because I see a lot of people get this mixed up. So you got to understand it this way. This is a very important lesson that I'm about to give you. If you think about it this way, here's the search engine. This is Google and Bing. And then here is Facebook, TikTok, all the other ones, the other crowd. So when people are on these platforms, they're not searching for products or services like what you would see here on Google and Bing. They're not searching for it. Not to say that they wouldn't be interested in it, but they're not searching for it. So what they do is it's called discovery ads. So someone could be scrolling on their phone, and then all of a sudden your ad pops up, and it's like, oh, you might be interested in it. And it's a very effective way to get people, because if you can imagine it, it's just like being on like a TV commercial. You're looking at the TV show, and then all of a sudden the commercial pops up, and you might be interested in that commercial. The reason why I like Facebook, TikTok, online advertising so much is that, imagine this, if you're watching a TV show and then a commercial pops up, and the time that it takes you, number one, to find something to write that number down, even if you can write the phone number down or even the website down, you want to go back to watching your show. Good thing about Facebook, TikTok, the way that they set up their platforms is that you can actually go and see the information and then come right back to the platform. Or the way that I do it is you could just give the individual the opportunity to fill out a form to become a lead for my business. And then later you can follow up on them. I won't go into it in this video, but that's what even makes it even more powerful, because people are on these platforms because they want to see the content. They're scrolling, they're watching videos and all of that. But yes, they may be interested in what you had to offer. So you can insert a way for you to be able to get their information, and then you can follow up on that later, because they are interested in what you had to offer, but they're more interested at that time to be going through and looking at what they're scrolling on their phone. Now, when it comes to Google and Bing, or any search type network, they're actually looking for something. They're looking for something, and they're typing in what they're looking for. They're like, hey, I'm looking for an auto repair shop, or I'm looking for a bankruptcy lawyer. So it's actually targeted. But one of the biggest misconceptions that a lot of advertisers have, especially when they start to advertise on Google and Bing, is that they're like, I didn't know that this is an auction type service. Even though these are auction type services, this one here is really an auction type service, because if it's more targeted, they're going to be able to make you have to spend more money to be able to get the clicks. And what you have to keep in mind, even though it's targeted, even though people should be, and it's not 100% perfect, but it is close to it, you can make money doing it, but you have to make sure that you're able to afford to make money by how many clicks it's going to take for someone to actually contact you, because something that happens on both platforms, people will click your ad and they may not follow through to become a lead on these platforms. And on this platform, people can click and, they were interested in what you have, but they just didn't follow through for whatever reason. They just didn't either fill out a form, they didn't call, they didn't do anything. And people get frustrated, business owners get frustrated, because they're like, I'm trying to generate leads and people clicked my ad, so they had to be interested. Why didn't they do it? And that's because regardless of which platform you're on, you need to be prepared to go through this. What I'm about to show you real quick is that you have to be prepared to go through. I'll make it simple. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. So you're going to have to be willing to go through, let's just say, click, 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 lead. Click, 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 lead. And maybe sale. So we'll say lead, lead. This is very important. People don't even go through this when they're teaching people about advertising. They don't even go through this. I have going on 35 years of advertising, and I've done it with print, I've done it with radio, I've done it with TV, and I've done it with online. And I'm here to tell you that no matter what type of advertising you're doing, you're going to go through this process here. So if you think about it, this is click, 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 lead. So how many clicks did it take you to get a lead? And that's going to be your cost per lead. And you hope that it can remain the same or within some type of a good range that makes it affordable for you. So you're going to have a cost per click, and then you're going to have a cost per lead, and then you're going to have a cost per sale. And if that does not work for you, when you add up all of those numbers, you're going to have to make some adjustments to either your pricing, or you're going to have to make some adjustments on the ways that you're doing your advertisement. Maybe you're going to have to change it to where you're going to have to bid lower. You got to do something that, we won't get into it in this video, but you're going to have to do something. Now, some of the other platforms that are available, so Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok with the lead generation discovery. Display networks are available. Now, you've probably seen those out there. This display network and mobile apps, you've probably seen those out there where if you're like, say you're on your phone and you go to a website, let's just say you go to a website, and Google and Bing have a discovery display network. So say you go to a website and you see these little banner ads that are on the website. They're like these little banner ads. These are display networks. These can be very, very, very cheap to run. But one of the things that you need to be aware of when you're doing this with those banner networks is that there are companies that are out there that are just throwing up websites, informational websites. They really don't have legitimate traffic going to them. So if you're doing any type of display network, it doesn't matter if it's with the big guys or if it's with certain companies. There's other companies that are available that offer display type advertising. You have to be very careful. You have to be very good at advertising and tracking, because you could get traffic from those that's just trash, just garbage, and you won't be able to generate leads like you think. You could spend a lot of money on doing those. The way that they draw people in, though, is that it's very cheap to run these. You could probably get clicks for 2 or 3 cents. And if maybe you spend $100, $200, $300 to just see if the lead volume is good, and if you're able to, number one, generate leads, and then number two, close those leads for sales. If that's something that works for you with your business model and what the cost of your product or service is, then that could be something that could work for you. That could be an adjustment that you make where you say, hey, I can't really afford to do the pay-per-click, but you can say, let's just say that you're an attorney. You can run display network ads in your city to websites that deal with news, websites that deal with sports, websites that deal with legal issues, bankruptcy, stuff like that, for your services, and your ads would show up on there. You've probably seen that. A lot of businesses utilize it as a way to get themselves out there, but you just have to be very careful. If you're new to advertising, that might not be the way that you want to go. I would say that you would stick with pay-per-click or pay-per-call, or doing lead generation with Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I would say that this is doing display network ads. I would say that you need to be at least on the level of a pro with marketing ads. And the same thing would go for mobile apps. If you have a game app, or maybe you see some of the mobile apps, mainly with gaming, or I've seen them with, some of the entertainment type apps, you'll see where they'll have little banner ads that'll be on there. So let's just say this is a game app. When you open it up, maybe at the bottom, they'll have a little banner ad. You got to be very careful with these too. I would say that this also, you need to be a pro, because you're going to want to do tracking to make sure that these leads are legitimate. The same with this one. You want to have some type of tracking to make sure that the leads are legitimate, that whatever is coming from there, that you're able to see if those leads are legitimate, and to be able to close those leads if they're real people. Because these display networks are notorious for not the companies that are putting them out there. They use affiliates, publishers that make websites, and they make their websites available to put these banners on there. And some of those publishers are not above board. So you got to be very careful. Now, let's get into the last one here with generating leads from utilizing TV and radio. Now, obviously, if you're going to use TV, radio, or newspaper, magazine, you're going to also have to figure out a way to track to make sure that you're getting response from them. The best way to do it, and that you do not want to do straight up sales. You want to just tell people about what you had to offer, and either try to get them to move over to your website, and you should send them to a specific page. You have to try to figure that out, or use a radio code where if they go to your website, let's just say you're using radio, TV, and newsprint, to have them go to your website. What you should do is you should have them somewhere with what you had to offer is to have some type of code. So if they're going to place an order, if they're going to become a lead, you're going to want to have them punch in a code, and that code, you could have a different code for radio, newsprint, and magazine. You can have different codes. So you can say like code 21, code 211, code 213, code 214. So whenever someone becomes a lead or they place an order, you can say, hey, put that code in so you can know that that's working for you. The other option that you could utilize to make sure that you're getting leads, and if you also have a service that you're selling too, is that you could say, okay, I'm going to put a tracking number, and this would be the best way. This is the way that I do it. I still run ads on inside of newspapers and magazines to this day. I did do some cable TV. Didn't work as good as I wanted, but I'm going to test that out again. I did some with Spectrum cable networks. But what you can do is you can just put a tracking number. So now with that tracking number, and there's several companies that you could use. I use a company called CallRail. And what you can do is put tracking numbers. And the way that I do it is I just say, I put the tracking number and I put the name of the newspaper or the name of the magazine. And also when I do my Google paper calls ads, I will put that it was from Google paper calls. So I would know that that lead, that call came in from a certain ad. So I'll know which ones are working and which ones are not working. So if you have any questions about learning how to do lead generation, learning how to do bring in more leads for your business, because again, leads is the lifeblood of your business. I have a link below where you can get more information about learning how you can generate more leads on a daily basis for your business. Thank you for your time. Please subscribe to my channel. Please post your questions and comments. This is Stephen A. Williams